Okay, so right now I'm dealing with a coolant leak, and it's this coolant flange right here, this plastic one you can see. And so coolant leaks are one of the common issues with the 1.8. You'll have a coolant leak there. Then this coolant flange here the plastic ones tend to crack and leak as well. They did it on mine. I did that preemptive. Same thing with these pipes here. Upgraded them to aluminum, and the thermostat housing, that's also an aluminum one. The coolant flange on the side of the engine, I did replace. I replaced them all with this aftermarket aluminum kit, and here it is. The only issue with this is that, look at that surface there. There's a paper gasket, and you can see some of that old gasket still stuck on here that seals this flange to the block, but then after a while that starts to leak as well. And the big issue is finding a replacement paper gasket. They don't sell them by themselves. You will essentially have to buy a whole new fucking pipe here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna replace it with an Audi TT 225 flange, and then this one here comes with an O-ring and that valley there, whatever you call it. I don't know what the proper nomenclature is, but the groove there where the O-ring sits. The only main differences between this coolant pipe for the 225 and the regular 1.8, the AWP, is it's a little angle here for the hose. That I guess that one goes to the heater core. On the TT it's all straight, and then on the GTI and other Mark 4s, non-225 engines, it kind of goes out in the 90 and then back out. Right, you can see that there. But I'm going to replace it with the TT one. I don't see any issues with that, period. The only thing I can think of is if you had the combi valve, which I have deleted and have a block off plate. That's probably why you have this little angle here to create distance. But seeing that I have deleted it, I'm going to run the TT and it should be fine. I mean, these hoses here are very flexible. So if you do this, pay attention to that combi valve. If you still have all the evap stuff and secondary air pump bullshit still on your car, then that TT 225 coolant flange might not fit. Before I do this, to try to mitigate as much coolant loss as possible, I got this flexible hose clamp kit here, or pliers. They give you your little Michael Jackson gloves here, and it comes with 6 clamps. Alright, so for the large hoses and smaller ones, it also comes with some angled ones. So I'm going to try to test these out and see if I can hopefully not lose too much coolant. So this large one here, I'm going to try to use this large hose here. I thought this little one was going to be the right size for that hose coming down the bottom of the flange, right down here, but it's not. So I'll be using this medium sized one, and then I'll have to use one of these angled ones and actually that seems like it will probably be best, this angled one for this hose back here. Alright, so I got it on, squeeze down, and then that's as far as it'll go. So hopefully it's good there. Now this larger one here, on this bigger hose. This one might be a pain in the ass because there's the battery tray in the way. You guys can't see shit. Alright. The fact that I can get this locking ring all the way to the back tells me that I've collapsed it as much as I can, or probably enough. And this bottom one. It's probably better if I took this air filter off, but whatever. There they are, all locked in place. So I tried to film this live on YouTube, but I got the OMT hose clamps on, and as you can see, there's no coolant leaking. So they're doing their job. Now, I got the 3 clamps here on the hoses that connect to this flange, the main or the top radiator hose, and then the 2, I guess, that go into the heater core. And I also have one on the radiator hose coming out of the thermostat. Reasoning is that coolant will go into the block and then continue to leak out. So that's that. Flange is out. It's held in by two 5mm Allen bolts. Got those removed, so now I just gotta solder the temp sensor onto the new one and then slap this shit back onto the car. All right, so I got that new coolant flange in. You can see there. And let's take a better look. All right, so here's that new coolant flange, Euro parts. It's for an Audi TT225, and it goes straight. And this hose here, no issues getting it onto here. Hopefully I won't have any coolant leaks. Using my coolant pressure tester yet again to make sure I don't have any leaks. So I got it on there connected. I'm at like what, 17.5 psi. All right, so got that all connected, pressurized, and I'm feeling underneath here where it was leaking before and nothing. Now I did reuse the old O-ring for that coolant temp sensor, so that was one of my worries there, that it would leak, but not noticing anything there, no leaks there. So no leaks from the bottom of that flange. Pressure has been holding. Has been probably about 2 minutes or so. So pressure's good. So I will call that a success. But these pinch off pliers work pretty well. Had no issues. They work great. There's nothing really leaking out from those hoses afterwards. I did have coolant loss, but that's because there's coolant in the block. So links to these will be down in the description. I haven't edited the video yet. If I use the pressure tester for the coolant reservoir, I'll post that up too, or put it down in the description as well. And see you guys in the next one.